Hello. How are you guys doing? Oh my goodness. A lot of y'all want to kill me. Let's wait for the show to start. I was eating apple and it's all in my teeth. Well, happy Sunday. Happy October. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Feet. My name is Felicia. I am your host. Hold on 1 second. I am back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. You guys. Oh, I had to cancel the show yesterday because we had an emergency thing that came up, and it was about one of our panelists on here, and I couldn't really like not have it not be there, you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you early than I supposed to. But welcome to Let's Talk with Miss Fee. My name is Felicia. How are y'all doing? Are y'all ready for the holiday? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? So instead of me talking too much, I'm talking a lot. Let me go ahead and put the link in the comment section. River says Pro already watching. River says Pro want to kill me. River says Pro, I'm so sorry. I had to take one for the team. We have our team member that is always on the show here, has something. And I mean, it won't be nice to not be part of it. So, you know, yeah, sorry. And I had a headache week. I forgot to let you know early. But welcome. The link is pinned in the comment section. We're here. Let me address the elephant in the room. What is going on with y'all? Every day, you guys, my neighbors are going crazy. Every time I come on here, you guys are unfollowing. What's happening? Y'all don't like me anymore. I posted up my GB, and a lot of y'all in your feeling. Y'all in your feeling. Okay. Y'all just in your feeling. So you guys officially, I am available during the day's time. And you can look, I'm trying to share the show. Let me turn my work phone down. I'm tripping. I'm officially home during the day. Starting this Monday. So the last week was hectic. You guys, it was crazy to say the least. But here I am. Excited to be here. Yeah, sorry, my people. Let me try to see. Let me try to share this show here. I want us to start by 5:15. So you're welcome. I beg y'all don't be mad at me. I am a working mom, wife, everything all of above. I'm also working on a small little business. So it's like I'm trying to dive and dip into so many things, but the girl is doing it. I was sleep deprived for so I was sleep deprived for 3 days, you guys, last week. And it was so dangerous that you guys, I couldn't drive. because I was working around the clock. We had so much going on at the hospital there. It was crazy. But I need to have a work life balance. So that's what I'm working on. So starting this week, I'm gonna let you guys enter into my classroom with my little students that we're gonna start. I'm gonna start teaching my kids from home. Been so busy trying to put their whole thing together. So we got a few of the items. We're gonna work through with it until the rest of them get here. But we got a blackboard. I mean the dry erase board. We got tables and everything ready, chairs, and few work on activity stuff and construction papers. So I'm gonna be teaching them. I'm getting curriculums. If you're a preschool teacher, hook me up, okay? Please hook me up with curriculums every week, so that way I can keep my littles interactive with whatever it is we're doing. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So today, what are we talking about? We're talking about, if I'm being honest, I was really blank today about topics. I have few lists, but I was so busy up until 4 p.m. that I just went through the list. But I think this one is a great one too. It said, what do you believe are the key ingredients in the lasting relationships? We are living in the 21st century, and it seems like everybody um, turn off button is like so close under the skin that if you even touch, you'll cook it. So we want to understand, how are people even surviving? We're living in the same world with other people, but they're still having lasting relationships. How are they making that work? And we're all facing the same issues in the 21st century. That's what we want to talk about today. If you guys miss me, I miss you too. Welcome to Let's Talk and Speak. You guys, I've been eating street food. My weight have been fluctuating back and forth, but I'm officially part of the YMCA membership. And I am excited because I can take my kids there. They can be on the other side doing whatever, and I be on the other side doing my exercise. So I'm excited to start doing some type of exercise, and especially being home throughout the day. And then just working a little bit remote and then stopping by the office and doing whatever. So you guys, super excited, super excited. I feel so blessed to be able to do that again. You know, God keep answering this little girl prayer. So you better see more of me. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to resume back to posting our daily encouraging scriptures every day. I actually really miss doing that, even though I do read my scripture, but I have zero time to even go edit and figure out what type of quote going to go along with it. You know, I used to do that. So now I'm super excited that I can go back and do that, because there were a few people who reached out to me and said, that's very encouraging, and it really gets you to see life differently to get your day started. So we're gonna go back to sharing scriptures and quotes that actually go along to make your day. Okay. So welcome to the show. Today we're talking about what are those key ingredients? What are those? What do you use? What's working for you? What have you been using that it's working for you, my friend? What is it? I want to know. I want my relationship to last. So all these topic has really been helpful to me as well. You guys, all this commotion about that GB I posted, this is why I'm getting big. Oh man, everybody's just talking about my GB. Y'all leave me alone. What is it? Seems like you're bringing forth another one. I am done. Yeah, let me get to this thing. Because all you're coming about that thing. I am done with you. But let's jump into this topic real quick, okay? First of all, hi, Ben. What is something amazing somebody did for you? Let me share mine with you. Something amazing someone did for me was my very own little hubby. You guys, I told you. So Tuesday, I did not sleep. I literally came home late from work because trying to prep for this last, inspection. And you guys, if you know anything, is the fiscal year. This is when people do budget and all of that stuff. So you gotta make sure you make that budget. Um, been working tirelessly to make sure we look good. So now that that's over, your girl is chilling. Okay. But anyways, 2, 3 days in a row. Friday, I was done. Friday, oh my gosh, you guys, I could not even open my eyes to save my life. Like I was half asleep driving to work, and then got there. I probably only worked for 2 to 3 hours, and I was like, I'm done. I gotta go home. Got behind the wheel, and I was like, yeah, I can't make it. This is not safe. This is not safe. So I had to park. Went back to work park and asked my husband to come and get me, and he was so kind enough to come and pick me up. So that was something really nice um, that he did for me that I really, really, truly appreciate. Yeah. All right. So let's get to this topic. You know, I'm trying to pull my notes up here so we can get started. I was trying to kill time to see if my peoples were gonna show up, but ain't none of them showing up. And then when I cancel the show, y'all be mad at me. Okay. Y'all be mad at me. Hmm. Y'all don't be mad. I beg y'all, yeah. I appreciate y'all. So, y'all let's share the show. Y'all want me to speak colloquial? Y'all let's share the show, yeah. Eh? Y'all share the show. I know some people is like, that girl still got online. She ain't give up yet. Nope, I ain't giving up. I still here. Hey, Mrs. Pro, I know. I hope you fire me. I promise I'll be here next week. I promise. But we had a little princess thing going on, and a little baby had a birthday, and I literally forgot that I needed to be there. So last minute when I looked, I was like, "Oh God." And I had to be there, you guys. She's on this show. She's one of our team. So that's why. But I'm so sorry. I missed y'all too. All right, so let's share the show to the groups and then we get started. What are those things you guys are doing that making your relationship work? We the millennials women. We the what do you call us again? The modern women. The modern women. You can't poke the bear. The bear's ready to fire up. So, what are you guys doing in this modern society that's making you have these 15, 20, 30 years, 45 years marriages? How is it working? Tell us. We want to talk about that today. We want to get all the juicy story about how relationships are lasting out here. What are people doing? I know what most people are going to say. In my mind, I kind of know what people are going to say. You guys, I'm sharing the show. We're going to share it really fast. And so we can get started. I want to only be here for an hour, even though, yeah, tomorrow I'm not waking up early to go work. Um, that sounds so great to talk about. It's been like, what, 5 years since I worked from home. So this is very, very cool. And I still have to go to the office though, but it's really nice to know that I can sit home with my baby, teach them, and have that flexibility to do that. Super excited about that. And then I can probably create more content for you guys. So hopefully I'm not too busy with them that I can't create content. But we'll make it a moment so we can create content. Okay. So let's jump into it. What a G's. What did I get? What going on Facebook? I haven't been on Facebook all week, y'all. What's the latest news? Who to America again? Let me stop. You're about to come for me. Let me stop. Who brought who to America and it didn't work? God have mercy on me. Who brought a little Jew to America and it didn't work? Who did that? Who did that? This is what my son used to talk. Who did that? All right, you tell me now. I just talking small talk while I share this show really quickly. What you did this weekend? My husband can say, let me go walk up on Facebook small. Let's see what's happening there. No, all joke aside, all this stuff going on Facebook really do be making the day go by fast. When you read them, it really go by fast. You're like, wow, people are really not shameful. Like, if people are shameless, they just come online with their entire life on there and just, wow. Not judging, but I'm just saying, like, everyone has control over what it is they can share on the internet. Like, even if my show don't, as much as I want this show to grow, you guys, even if this show doesn't grow, I definitely. Oh yeah, I know my brother will update me. I saw that one. I glimpsed it a little bit. Today after the show, I go and find out for real what really going on with the wedding yet. As I learned the word on the street, the wedding invitation has Liberian flag. Ain't you gonna come here and say, I ain't got time for that? Yeah. I swear to God, those things online really be carrying your day. Those are some of my little guilty pleasures. I'm sorry, but I do watch the gossip sometimes. Every time and now and then I click into it when I'm free. I be like, let's see what's going on. And my husband, he is a big gossip partner. He likes it. So he be telling me what's going on. He's like, hey girl, what could I do to Jesus again today? I use it. What did Jesus do to these people that they keep giving him headache? So let me stop, man. Let's get to the show. Remember this for remember this for Karishma about your wedding is in the trending gossip. You are absolutely right. I saw that, but I haven't been able to check in yet properly. But we'll check it in. We'll check it out. After the show here, so I will come early so we can catch up with other gossip. But anyways, y'all, even though we don't do gossip and drama on here, but sometimes we're human beings. We like some entertainment, and that is some of my little guilty pleasure, y'all. I am not ashamed to say that. I watch it sometimes. Now I can't sit and watch the whole thing. I'll probably be flipping through it trying to get to the actual G's. But I definitely do watch it. Don't judge me. I watch it. They don't watch my show. They should watch my show. We should have a balance. You should have mine, watch mine, and I watch yours. You see how that work? But they don't want to. But you guys, I'm working on something. There's this young lady on. She's from Liberia. I'm actually since now I'm home. I'll reach out to her already. But I hope she's watching my show. But I really admire her. I've actually been following her for a little bit over 2 to 3 months now. And I think you guys probably know her. Her name is No Limits, and she's on here. She really do. I really admire her and all the things. I don't know if you, when you guys started watching the show this year, one of some of my lists on here was to make sure and partner with some people in Liberia to see how things are going. But there are a few things working undercover in this podcast. That's why I'm so happy about this new flexibility I'm about to have. I can spend at least 2 to 3 hours on this podcast and try to, revamp it and try to work on some few things. But in the works, I'm hoping to come and interview her. She'll probably be my first interview that I've been talking about. I want to do some interview style on here. So now I can be out here during the day and do some interviews with people, you know. I admire her. I think as time goes on, we will talk about what what about her that I really like, but I really enjoy watching her and how she carried herself. And you know, her name is No Limit, and I'm like, wow, I really love it. You know, and she's an individual with disability, but I feel like I don't see that when I see her videos when she posts them. I see someone with actually without any disability, which I like how she titled her brand online, called it No Limits. So I'm working on hopefully getting her to be my first interview, and hopefully, possibly, I could work with her. We'll see how that goes. So that's something that I'm trying to work on, and then hopefully, you know, see how this carry us through. But I really enjoy watching her online. So if you're watching, hey girl, how are you? But yeah, let me pull my notes up. Let's get to it. It's almost 5:30. We're probably gonna be here. I hope you guys, if you're not coming on, and you come later on, y'all are not going to be able to get on because I'm gonna be leaving after an hour. Okay, so if you want to come, the link is pinned in the comment section. I hope you guys can hear me very loud and clear. So that portion of this show with the interview is gonna be beyond your limits, you know, get it? The limits beyond your limits, or you know, I'm trying to see how I can phrase that segment when we do interviews, you know. So super excited. And then you guys, if you got the plug, help me. Let me get to Miss Mariah. I think that she was working with Alexander Cummings. So I'd love to interview her. Definitely enjoy her contents on of her little jab she throws. But I really enjoy those. Just have a few questions. I would love to get into more interview style and things like that. So yeah, let's jump to it. Let me message these people. Where are they? Where are you guys? Where you at? Text her the link. Everybody's busy today. It's you guys. You're going to be seeing my kids in classroom too. I'm going to be teaching them. I'm excited for that. Hmm, super excited. So let's see. Let's see. Let me pull my notes up. You know, we can jump right into the. Let's see. So, so the topic today said, what are the key ingredients? You know, we know there's so many things in relationship that can make it last or break it or whatsoever. But there are a few things that in any type of relationship, even if it be in a non-romantic one or um yes, you actually hit it on the nail already. So I was actually going to start with that. So River Esper already jumped the gun. Great. So you always want to build a key, and you guys, these are things that I've researched myself and looking online and just make a little pointer to talk about it. Okay. Disclaimer, I'm not a relationship expert. And I am by no way trying to tell you how to build a long term relationship. I want you to take the information and make that decision on your own. Okay. I'm here to give you information about my opinion, thought process of every topic that comes on here. So I want you to say, you know, on your show, you said that. Please, I am a human being. I am just sharing my thoughts and my true experience or whatsoever related to the topic. Okay. All right. Let's jump into it. What are those essential? How do you build a strong, lasting relationship? I think any relationship, you always have to start from the base, which is like that foundation. You need to have a good foundation. If the foundation is rocky, we already know how it's going to end. Stop pretending. You know how that relationship's going to end. It's kind of like a friendship. You meet a friend at a mall or a school or whatsoever, and then they start out lying to you. You might not know they're lying to you, but once you start, as the relationship start to progress, you start to find out, hmm, there's something that are fishy. And then other people around you start to be very honest and let you know, yeah, something's not right with this person. So of course you want to try to fix that by trying to, especially if you, I feel like if you get into a friendly relationship that is not intimate, if you're trying to build that type of relationship and you want it to last, you yourself have to put in work as well as the other person, and you need to be honest with yourself. What is your expectation from that person? That goes back to relationship, romantic relationship. I think the key ingredients, like River says, Pros already said, is trust. Trust is the key way to start building that foundation. If I can trust you, where are we going? It's kind of like you're deceiving yourself. That's what I think in our modern society. A lot of people have trust issues and they have not really dealt with that. So they're just moving along trying to find that happiness somewhere, but felt, have not truly been healed from those distrust or mistrust or however people have treated them. And everybody they see, they just see that red flag. So instead of that, one of the key ingredients is, trust. Why do you even want a lasting relationship? We all want that, right? Everybody always say to death do you part. I always thought to myself, who put that line in that vial? Like when people are reciting the vows, who put that line to death do us part? And then I heard from someone they said is how biblically it should be said. And I'm thinking like, well, if we know sin is missing the mark, and if you have sinned, you guys, I'm gonna go back to my roots, kind of like Bible thing here. If you're going to say I sin, if we're looking at it from the Bible standpoint, I sin, which means you make us miss a mark, and it's also meaning you have, spiritually died. Does that is that an analogy of you dying in a sinful way? Does that, I'm not sure if I'm really phrasing this the right way. Have you ever thought about it? Just say like, okay, so death do a part is a when I cheat or adultery, commit adultery in my relationship? Is that what that means? Like missing the mark? You guys, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, come on. Yeah, I was about to sneeze. So yeah, definitely trust is one of the key is actually the top things. So trust and honesty, it can, I mean, any type of relationship, like babies, right? I'm gonna give you guys an example of a baby, right? When you first have your kids, they trust you right off the bat because they know that there's no one there to defend them. They don't even know what's going on around them. But once they reach to that 3 to 4 or 5 months, you start to see the change in development and they start to understand the world around them and they start feeling like they're going to fall and they start building that fear. But then you as a parent, they always trust you when you're around. But when you're not around, they know that if mommy's not here, she doesn't get me. So you have that time to build that trust and for that baby to know that whenever you're around, they're safe. So they're not going to be trying to crawl or stand up the wall and then they're going to fall. This is why when you encourage them, they understand that, yeah, mom say I got it. So I'm going to move. Dad saying I got it, so I'm going to move. So I kind of look at it in that standpoint, right? If you and I start a relationship and I don't trust you, there's no honesty, we're just lying to each other, that relationship is not going to go anywhere. Before the segment started, I How are some people lasting, their relationship lasting for up to 30, 40 years? When you walk around, people are like, yeah, nothing lasts anymore. People just don't stay long together anymore. And I remember at my job, I was coming out to inspect something, and I saw this couple coming to the doctor, and they were holding hand. They look like they're from the older generations, so they were holding hands and coming in, and I saw someone who is almost like the same age as them, and she's like, "Wow, I haven't seen that in a long time." And then, the other lady with her husband, she responds, she said, "It still as this if you put the work into it." So it's kind of like, I don't think she was throwing jab, but she was just trying to say, like, people are not willing to work really hard anymore. When you're building a house, you know how much effort and time it takes. Because if you build a house and it's not firm on the ground, guess what happens? The roof, once the wind blows, is gonna struck it down. So trust is the bedrock of building a lasting relationship, in my opinion. You guys, I'm gonna go back to it. It said the cornerstone of any healthy relationship allows for vulnerability and resilience and reliance on your partner. So if I can't trust you and I don't feel like you got my back and that anything that I do, I'm in my own word and I'm lost. How do I trust you? That relationship is not going anywhere. So the key elements we have trust. Trust and honesty is the absolute key to building a lasting relationship. Okay. The second thing on the list is communication. You guys, this one I feel like even you can have all the trust and honesty in the world if you do not know how to communicate and and you can't comprehend things in a way that you guys see eye to eye, then your relationship is going to crumble. Yes, I said it. So, communication, open and honest expression of thoughts, feelings, and needs, including active listening. So, I was actually supposed to have a topic on here called active listening. I bought a book, one of my brother. Thanks for recommending that book. I read that book and it talks about how do you actively listen. So I'll give you guys an example. I have one of my employees. So they work overnight and that day I decided to stay late and work a little bit late and meet up with the team because that is one of the group of people that you barely meet as a manager because they work overnight and you have to be back in the office early. So most of your communication is through messages and telephone calls, which sometimes does not really set that key standard that you want. Okay. So so I decided to stay and I had a training schedule for the entire team. It was mandatory. Everybody had to be there. So I had this gentleman, he came in and I was not the one hosting the training. So somebody else was, and I was there for the start of the training and everything, and she was fine, I was settled in, I head back home. But then to my surprise, right after that lunch break, he left because I wasn't there. So the after that, I sent him a message to say you're going to have to repeat that course because you have to take it in order to stay on the schedule. Anyways, you guys, long story short, I approached him that night for us to have a conversation. Why did he leave early when he had come in early for the training? He explained to me he had X, Y, and Z happening. And I said, well, in the future, communicating that with me, that makes sense because then I can tell the trainer this individual will be leaving at this time due to X, Y, and Z circumstances. But because you failed to communicate, now you have to redo it, and which would mess up my entire schedule system. He didn't understand why he had to tell me. All he knew he showed up and that was it. So that's kind of like that. You can't just show up to your relationship and expect it to be okay, right? You have to communicate. People are not minds reader. They have to know some people are very difficult to communicate with. But over time, as you spend time with your partner, in my opinion, that's something people should be observing. Okay, today I said X, Y, and Z that pisses me off, piss her off. Okay, what else can I do? Now it's time to ask the person. Um, I, however way you want to ask it, but I say in a polite way that the person don't feel offended, and then now you guys have to do that over again. Correct? So communicating, no matter, someone like, can you over communicate? I don't think you can, but I think there are some circumstances that you can over communicate because there are certain things that certain people are not supposed to know because of how they react in time, place, and whatsoever. And there are certain things that you can communicate with someone, they're okay with it, but it has nothing to do with them. And they're just playing deaf ears with it. So definitely one of the key ingredients as we start at trust and honesty, communication. Okay. So that's that. So what if I am a great communicator, but being honest is not my forte? How does that work in a relationship? I think this is where people meet each other in a weak places, like weakest ways, and then they try to work on each other. So I watched this pop the balloon thing last night, and there was a gentleman on there, and he was very adamant that he wanted a partner that liked going to the gym, that likes to work out. That's very, very important to him, and he is communicating that. But then there's a young lady there that really like him because on the physical part he looks great. But then she said the only worry is that he want that. But he's communicating that with you. This is what I want. Which means when you do decide to get in that relationship and you decide that you're going to work on yourself and you're that type of person, you're not being honest, eventually the person gets fed up and break up with the relationship. And then you hear people saying, he broke up with her because she didn't want to go work out. Like that is the most important things to someone. He's very clear. He said it in the beginning and said, I don't want a partner that always laying around eating and just gaining weight. I want someone who, even if you're going to pull on a little pound, they're willing to go work out with me. So he already communicated that. So it was her choice to choose. She chose to go with him. And then she was asking, well, can you help the person? And this is the key that I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Going to the gym, working out is not something that you just get up and do in a relationship. This is something that you have to personally want for yourself. If you don't want certain things for yourself, it is not going to work as how much that person or your partner try to force you into reminding you to do it. If it's not part of you, it's not part of you. This gentleman, he wanted someone who genuinely trusted and believed and wanted, breathe, and live every breath of workout. That's what he wanted. But they didn't understand it. And I truly did understand him. So communicate, communicate, communicate because whatever you start, you can't finish. Whatever you can't finish, don't start. Okay? So this is kind of funny that this is the fourth thing on the list, but I guess if you can't have those other three things, how do you even reach down to the next one? So the third thing is respect. So respect comes in so many ways, and I think a lot of people don't understand this. People just think because they say please and thank you that they're being respectful. No, it's not. Respect is in every aspect of your way you interact with people and how you communicate with them. I can communicate with you and I'm saying, do you hear me? Yeah. That's disrespectful. That is not respectful. Even in your lowest of lows, if you can, you just tell the person, I am not on my best right now. If you communicate with me, you are not going to get anything positive. I suggest that we revisit this conversation later on. That is a very straightforward, communicative way to say that you don't want to entertain whatever is going on. So, definitely, definitely, respect is you need to find out what respect is to that individual. It's not what your interpretation of respect is in a relationship, right? So maybe how you feel about certain things that's respectful to you, but how somebody else feel is different. So definitely one of the key ingredients is respect, but in my opinion, you should find out what your partner consider respectful to them and what they do consider disrespectful. So that way you're not crossing anybody boundaries, right? Okay. So let's go to the next one. Commitment. Some people think because I'm here, I got you, I say I got your back, so I'm committed. No. Are you committed to me when my back is turned? What are you going to say to me or about me that if I'm not there, God forbid, I'm not there, somebody can vouch and say, you know what, this person, you have a very strong relationship that is lasting. And I think this is why, from all of the things I've read and watched online, these are many of the things that most of the couples states. They're saying that, commitment, sharing a dedication to the relationship and working through challenges together. So if I'm dedicated to you and I'm committed to you, I will sit to try to figure out the end result of every little issues that we have. But if I'm not dedicated to you, then I'll have your back. So let me give you guys this an example, right? I had a friend, which now I would say that was an acquaintance, not really a friend. There were a few things being said about me that was absolutely false. And this person I really truly thought knew me. But apparently, you can assume. Again, I'm learning, right? So when this is said about me, I know the people that I hang out with. Most of the people that I've been friends with has been probably 10 years plus. I keep a very, close knit, small group of people in my corner. And I'm very picky with people that I interact with because you see this boss up mana girl, I am afraid of trouble. I don't want to be in trouble with nobody. So if you're doing stuff that I think I'm very knowledgeable, about the right things and wrong things not to do when it comes to the law. So if I see that you are part of those people that partake of it, guess what? I am pushing myself far, far, far away from you. I would not be part of anything that has anything wrong to do with. And so when you have a partner and you're committed, which means this person wasn't committed to me and I wasn't committed to them. So it's easier when someone is saying certain things about you. Let's just say right now, I am super committed to my relationship and my husband, right? So if I was somewhere and someone say something that didn't seem right or whatsoever, I would stand up and say, no, you are absolutely wrong. So when someone is committed to you, they will be there through thick and thin. No matter what, I don't care if that person's going to jail, you will be there to give them the information they need to know that they have done something wrong. So definitely, definitely commitment is the one of the key. And I feel like if you do not have trust and honesty, you can't have commitment because I can't commit to something that I don't trust. What's the point? So all of these things kind of tie together, okay, guys. And this one is the one that I'm like, why is it the fifth things when this is so important to so many people, right? Hey, Libra, how are you? Welcome to the show. Long time. So the not last, you guys. I got a few on here. I have about one, two, three, four. So we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine bullet points to tell you the key ingredients of making sure your relationship lives. River says Rose, he said, your modern women are making relationship bad bothersome. Trust, communication, respect, commitment. We men are obligated to score A in all those categories. Don't you think it's too much for us? I think I agree with you. And there's a lot of things that modern women do that for me, I'm just like, I think I was born in the wrong era. The expectation for men to do certain things and then women are not expected to do the other one absolutely doesn't make sense to me. I know it, right? Oh my God, my Floridian people, man. That weather, I saw it on the news and I was like, this is one of the reasons I left Florida. You guys, I'd rather deal with the snow than deal with rain, you know. So I'm glad, thank God you guys are all safe and okay. Libra, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. So River says, Rose, your modern women are making relationship bothersome. Trust, commitment, communication, respect, commitment. We men are obligated to score A. And I think that is very, very, that's too high of an expectation for anybody in general. To just expect someone to be 100%, they can't show up 100%. But to me, I think when you're putting in the effort and you're actually doing the work and showing that, what's wrong with that? A lot of women, this is why I watch these dating shows, you guys. A lot of women, when you ask them, and these dating shows I'm watching, I'm like, this is why there's so many single women. There are great men out here, and when you look around, there are more men without children than there are men with children, women with children. And it's funny how all these women will stand right there and look at a man and say, "You guys, this is what really kills me." She said, "You're a great guy. You sound great. You sound like you're going to be a great man, but I just can't pass the shoes." The shoes? Are you kidding me? You can change the shoes. What about his character? I know you don't know him that well yet, but you're going to second him because of his shoes. This says so much about where our generation is, and this is why I said, what are those key things? This is why I wanted to talk about this. What are the key things that are keeping people relationship lasting? Stop looking at the superficial things and like literally pay attention to the key things instead of you like talking about things or doesn't. Well, I guess it's important to them to look at the shoes, but you can literally go buy him another shoes. You could literally change his whole wardrobe, get his life, and see what happens. You guys, I changed up my man his whole wardrobe, and I'm proud to say that, y'all. I don't care what y'all. You can switch everything up. You need someone in your life that you guys can walk this earth with. And that's another topic. You hear so many people saying, yeah, he's too short. Excuse me, he can't control that. He was born biologically. That's how he was born. He can't tell God, you're sending me, you're gonna make me short. Please make me tall. He has zero, that's genetics. He has zero control over that. She has zero control over that. I mean, half of that, I don't think man cares if a woman is even 4 feet tall or 3 feet tall. They still find love. But it's so hard out here that when a man is short, or his shoes or how he dresses. It's all about if that person is willing for you to influence them. You guys, remember I didn't say change. Influence. Is that person willing for you to influence them for them to be that partner? Is everything else has it worked out? Like what we just talked about. Trust and honesty. We talk about communication. Does this person check up these boxes? Trust and honesty. Is this somebody that you can trust and they're actually honest about who they are and what it is they do with their lives? You guys, there's a lot of stuff going on. I saw this question. Communication. Are they communicative enough that you can understand, where that relationship going to lead to the next level? Are they? You know? Respect. Do they respect you? Do they respect other people? They might respect you, but when you're not there, their interaction with other people, if you were watching from a distance, their interaction with other people, how does that look like? Does that really embodies the person that you want to be identified with? And I think that's why a lot of people are still by themselves in relationship are not lasting, you guys. It's kind of sad because we were all not built to be alone, you know? So we talk about intimacy. I know when people talk about intimacy, straight people are talking about, sex. But it's not always about that. Intimacy is being connected to another level, like emotionally. Are you emotionally drawn to that person? This is how I see intimacy. Am I able to be vulnerable with you to really communicate how I'm feeling? Are you my comfort zone? Like, if all went wrong, can I come to you and just bare my soul to you? Like, do we have that moment that we can be straightforward and just be vulnerable and just be myself and just tell you how I feel without you judging me? And then, too, yeah, the physical part comes in. You guys, not gonna lie, that emotional and physical closeness, creating a deep connection. That connection that nobody else can even come close to you with. Are you able to do that with that person? I think if you're able to, and you can check all this on in relationship, y'all. And then the one that we really hate to talk about is conflict resolution. I think that's probably one of the key things in our modern society that is really killing a lot of relationships. I think a lot of people are so emotional and they haven't healed that they don't know how to resolve conflict. I think everybody just get mad just for the sake of getting mad. Like things that don't even need to be you don't even need to be angry about. Like I'm trying to figure out an example. Oh yeah, let's say a couple went how and a man or the woman saw someone and just say hi, wow, I like that outfit. The woman is pissed. She ain't talking to you, blah blah blah, how disrespectful. That is not disrespectful to me, and in my opinion it depends how that individual is doing it. Are they like just drooling, looking, you know I have seen someone like that before, you guys. It was just, oh my god, just embarrassing. Like, wow, wow, you're so beautiful. Wow. It's like, calm down. Your partner is right there. Now, that's disrespectful. It's different someone went and held the door open and said, oh, I like this person that you have on. It smells really great. Why would I make you mad? That person is a human being using their sensories. And you're angry. So I do think men have, especially modern society, I do think men have higher expectation these days. It's a lot that's going on that women are not living up to their expectations. You expect a man, we used to hear we want independence 50-50, but then now you hear women, you want to work, but you don't want to pay for anything in the household. Make that make sense. What do you mean? How are you going to be working and not paid? You guys, I watch this dating show and I'm like, God, thank God I'm not dating. Because it's so crazy. You hear somebody say, I want to travel. I want him to mix this amount, six figure, and I want him to travel. And you guys, may his soul rest in peace. I really miss watching Kevin Samuels because he used to really ask the tough questions. Like, do you even know what that career path make? Are you even aware of the economic status of those people who have those type of jobs? You just say numbers and you think it's okay. It's not. Like, be aware, know what's going on before you say things. Nobody looks stupid. So let me not derive from this. So, conflict resolution, healthy strategies to address disagreement and find solution together. Remember, together, not you go ask your girlfriends, hey girl, my husband, da, 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 you badge him to everyone. And then now everybody's looking at him funny and saying things, and then you want to say what? What can you say if you saw your market bad? Who else gonna sell it good? You know. So you want to be able to have an individual that Even as angry as you both can be and say whatever you are to each other, you can still say and come up with a strategy of how to solve that issues. Because it is very, very sad when you see, you know, all this stuff that's going on in the world, and people don't even have that patience to even sit and have conversation. People are just ready to just exit, like I'm done. And I'm a little bit guilty of that because when I first started my relationship, I think um I think society plays a key role into that because if you see yourself as someone who's successful on their own and you're like, and guys, success is to your own interpretation, right? It's based on what it is you want and you need in your life. So if you look at yourself and you're like, hey, I'm successful anyway, I don't need anybody. But the truth is, I think people don't understand why you need someone. You don't need people because of, you know, physical things like food, drinks. Sometimes we get in those situations that we need that, but a relationship that both partner is contributing, I don't think you really get into that knowing that I need you because I'm in a relationship so you can buy me this and do that and do that. Yeah, some people do that, but I'm just talking about like a genuine relationship. Nobody really just going and saying, yeah, I'm here to benefit that, and then after that, that's it. you know that's just wrong. You don't want to do that. So yes, I do believe there are key ingredients that can keep a lasting relationship, and these are the ingredients that I'm telling you guys. We're cooking it up, okay? So conflict resolution, we just said, was one of those, and then quality time. If I'm always working and I can't spend quality time with my partner, what's the point? Why are we even together? You have to be able to spend quality time with each other. I think River says Pro says something. Even heights. We men don't have problem with short women, but most women have no taste for short dudes. I know, and Rumor says, bro, I'm so glad you brought that up again because it's gonna like, what is the height doing for you? I get it. He looks great. You can look at him, 6 feet tall. He can be 6 feet tall and be completely broke. 6 feet tall with bad attitude. Don't check up any of these ingredients of having a lasting relationship. I think people are just so superficial now in modern society that they just don't care. Whatever they can get, that's what they want. They just name things just to have it. I think a lot of people just go on these dating shows just to gain fame. They're not really, truly, genuinely going on there to have a relationship. You guys, what do you think? Should I do my pop the balloon for LIB lovers? you know, I wanted to do on here a speed dating thing and one day, like on a weekend, just do not on a weekend, but maybe Friday now we do speed dating. Let's see who's gonna come on and who wants to date. You know? So but anyways, you guys, I'm just saying, I'm just talking, but it just don't make sense to me that you're short, but you want a 6 feet tall, 11 feet tall. I literally watched another episode of this. You guys, that's my good guilty pleasure. I told you I like to watch these sometimes. And I cannot watch a whole show that lasts an hour. I flip through like I can watch an hour and a half movie in 10 minutes. I just like fast forward. Okay, listen to this one. Nah, I'm saying nothing much. Listen to this one and I'm done. Because I have zero patience for that. So quality time, intentionally spending meaningful time together to nurture your bond. People are growing each and every day. The same way you look at your kids, they're growing. The same way your partner is growing each and every day. You don't want them to grow in another direction. You always want to have each other, around that you're spending intentional. You guys, it's a intentional. Not it just happened. You have to be intentional about it, and you need to have an agenda. What to accomplish out of it. So you want to know how your partner is feeling, what's going on, and all of that. So you need to be intentional about a lot of things. And I think a lot of people are not intentional. And you guys, this is something that I say to my team all the time. Know the rules. And it's funny, right? Know the rules for yourself. Rules, people look at rules and they're like, I don't want to follow it. Yeah, but you might want to follow it because it will benefit you in the long run. So it gets you to understand what you can and cannot do. And then that way you're always right. So when I tell my team that, they're looking at me like, yeah, what are you talking about? But honestly, I encourage them all the time. I say, read your rule book, understand what it is you are allowed and not allowed to do. Because I promise you, I'm super intentional. Everything that I do, I'm calculated. I calculate everything. If you walked in and you saw me left my phone right there, I left it there on purpose. I did not leave it there just by mistake. I left it there on purpose. So I left a piece of paper right there that had some information that you need. I left it there on purpose. So everything you do, you need to be intentional and present and know that what you're doing, it either affects you or it affects somebody else. So that's what being intentional is very, very important in your relationship, especially setting that quality time. Support, support. I know you guys, I'm gonna badge us the women for now. I think we women cry for support more than men do. If I'm wrong, you guys come for me in the comment section. But I think women cries for more support than men do. And yes, women will assume well men don't do much, so why do they cry? Why would they cry for support? As much as I want to agree, I also disagree. I think men do a whole lot. And, in your relationship, when you're not supporting people, they're going to seek that support system from somewhere else. And that's how your foundation start to be rocky. Erosions is going to eat your foundation. That cornerstone that you planted, if you're not watering it, it is going to run dry. And you're going to have droughts. You're going to go through drought season. So you want to make sure you're supporting each other. Let's see what the note says. Say, being there for each other, ups and down, offering encouragement will definitely help build a lasting relationship. You guys, if you look at all these things I've talked about, you know, why would anybody leave if they're getting all of this? Why would somebody not want a relationship if the other person is living up to their potential on these things? Think about it. Just think about it. And the last one on my list, but not the least, is adaptability. You guys, let me say that again. Adaptability, like being able to adapt to your environment. When you were single, no one could tell you nothing. That was your environment. You had to do whatever you do, you respond to yourself. You had no one to respond to. And I know some people are going to take it like, well, they can't be in charge of me. No, nobody's in charge of you. But you're committed to someone else. So you can't just get up and just be like, yeah, I'm done. You have to be able to adapt to your new reality. If you can't adapt to it, you do not need to be in any type of relationship because I don't care if it's friendship, parentship, what type of ship you're in, there is rules and regulation, and each and every individual that's part of that rule, part of that area has to follow that. So if you want a lasting relationship, you need to learn how to adapt to how your partner communicates. And then maybe you can influence it to enhance that, to make it look better. Adapt to how people generally live their lives. It may not be the right way, but you both are getting ready to get somebody else to adapt. So either he has to adapt and you have to adapt. When you're having issues, this is when you have to meet in the middle. So being adaptable is definitely one of the key ingredients that make a lasting relationship last. So it said willingness to adjust and grow together as life circumstances changes. So one, knowing that when you it was just both of you guys. So let me give you an example. When it was just me and my husband, we go to work. I did my 9 to 5. I came home and he got off and we went out. When I was by myself every weekend, I will find me a plane ticket and I go somewhere every weekend. So now, as my life started to change and I started to have kids and him, we started trying to figure out life focuses started changing different direction. If you're still stuck, and there are a lot of modern women who believe that, well, just because I had kids don't mean my life has to change. Wrong. Capital wrong. You're wrong. Now Anna is coming on you guys. What's up, girl? Hey Anna. You're mute if you're talking. So being able to adapt to your new life as either a wife, a mom, a daughter, you know, of course. Okay, you guys should be right back. Being able to adapt to your new life, your relationship is very, very key to even building a lasting relationship. Because one, you have to know that one, you're not by yourself anymore. There's two of you. That partner has an expectation from you, and you have an expectation from them. Is however you manage that expectation is up to both of you guys. So you need to be open minded and ready to get on board. If you're not, please exit. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing. They're exiting before they can even find out what it is they need to adapt to. So those were the three. Let me see, not three. I think this was nine. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So these were the nine aspects, key aspects that you need to build a lasting relationship, in my opinion. The nine ingredients. Say Felicia say. Should I put it in colloquial? Y'all said Felicia said, eh? If you want to build a lasting relationship, my friend, you need to make sure you are what? What's the first one? Having trust and honesty, communicating, like being a very great communicator, having respect for each other, being committed to that relationship and whatever that comes with it, having an intimacy level, being emotional, making yourself vulnerable and ready for that person to accept you for who you are. Conflict resolution is absolutely, absolutely top notch. Top notch. Knowing how to resolve conflict can help save your relationship for a whole lot of headache. If you don't know how to, and you're one of the people who, you guys, I hate to do this, but let me give you an example. I have an employee that I think she just feel like she can't take instruction from anybody that looks like me. I'm just gonna put it that way, right? And it doesn't matter who you're instructed to give her messages. She's just outright rude, disrespectful, just don't care. And even have the audacity to be very frank with me and tell me I should thought about my leadership style. That's okay. But I say this because there are some people that are so difficult for you to resolve problem with them that your best bet is just to exit. And sad but true. Some people you just have to walk away from them because you cannot go anywhere with any type of conversation. You would just be going in circle and in a circle and in a circle. And this lady is one of those people, and you guys literally right before I got on this show, I had a call of the individual that I put in place to take care of the shift for the night. And then this other individual got upset and just started going off.
So it's kind of like you have to figure out how to stay calm and how to answer people in a diplomatic way that makes them understand that they are jeopardizing their job or whatever it is, their relationship on their own. So those are the key. Be communicative, be honest, um, be committed to whatever it is. It doesn't matter. If you were chosen to clean and wipe down this mic, be committed to it. Be honest with yourself. Like, you know, this is what I need to do to make it. So here I am. Does that make sense? Quality time. We talk about quality time, spending time with each other, and adaptability. So, so trust will open up communication, mutual respect, commitment, intimacy, share quality together, and the ability to adapt and support each other through life challenges. So if you don't have those, you don't have an individual that you're with that see those things how you see it, please run. Don't waste the time. I encourage you guys. Run, run, run. Find the shoes. If you can't find your shoe, call me. I will help you find the shoes. Okay. Find that shoe and run. If that person cannot do all of these, you are in for a waste of your time. I'm sorry. So, key ingredients for a lasting relationship includes trust, open communication, mutual respect, commitment, intimacy, shared values, effective conflict resolution, quality time together, and the ability to adapt and support each other through life challenges. Okay, you're hearing me? Y'all got anything else y'all want to add to this thing? Because it is 6:16. I told you guys I'm gonna be here for a good hour. So another thing too that I want to add is having a little humor in your relationship. I think don't take yourself so serious. I think a lot of people just feel they need to be serious 24 hours, 7 days. No, don't take yourself so serious. Laugh at yourself sometimes. Laugh with each other. Be honest. Be nice, about it. And be romantic. How many of y'all, Rivers is pro, how many modern men you would say is romantic? I think my daddy's day, they were romantic. I don't know about these days. Modern women are asking for old, back in the days with a modern twist. I think that's what we want, right? Would you consider me as one of those modern women? You probably don't know me well to say that, so it's okay. So I just want to say thank you for watching. Anna is on here. Anna, did you want to add anything? I am about to. River Pro, did you want to add anything? You guys, let's see. So I just went over my little bullet points about your relationship. Uh, I don't understand why whenever I share my show, you guys don't want to keep it on there. So it's okay. But overall, um, I do agree that there are key ingredients to making a lasting relationship. As much as most people might think like relationship these days doesn't last, I promise you there are actually more relationships that are lasting longer than 10 years than you would ever imagine. I met a couple a week ago and they've been married for 47 years. You guys was like, that's longer than I've been alive. 47 years they've been married. And I asked, I said, what if you were to give me an advice about a relationship? How you got your relationship to last this long? And the man, of course, he answered, he said, just do whatever she said. In those terms, I mean, it means like listen, be an active listener and hear your partner out and then, execute. But I feel like if your partner is leading you into the wrong thing, please run. I will help you run. We will run. Run. Or sit there and have a conversation with them. But this was a great one. I am glad that I came on here to talk to you guys. It is almost 6:20. Do anybody have anything they would like to add? Oh yeah, you're right, Peterson. Thank you. Peterson is right on here. Patience. How can I even forget that? There's so many of them, you guys. Patience, patience, patience. Peterson is one of our panelists on here. He is adding this to this, and I'm grateful for that. He said being patient with each other is actually yes. Being patient. I think a lot of people are not patient. Everybody wants the McDonald lifestyle. You guys, when I say McDonald, is the fast food lifestyle. You go through the window, you go through the drive-through. Literally within a minute, you have your food and you're driving out, right? Everybody want that type of relationship that you get in, everything is smooth, silly, and then boom, no, it don't work that way. So being patient is something that people need to really, really work on. You guys, I'm one of those people. I will say, I'll put my hands up. I don't think I'm patient half of the time. I'll take that. I think I'm patient with people that I don't know. I think I extend more grace to people that I don't know, and I'm patient with them than I am with people in my household. But that's something that I'm actually working on to apply it all as a rules across the board. Just be a patient person in general. Hear people out. We are all human beings and we're going through a lot. We all get out and interact with so many different people in our life each and every day. So be patient. Some people take them a long time to change. I will tell you guys, the beginning of our relationship was actually really one of the toughest things because I think I would say I kind of started staying on my own at a very younger age, and everything I know and do is what I want to do. So having to even live in a household with a man, that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. But the beginning of it is like I'm stubborn, he's stubborn. So it's like somebody has to give up. So we both had to sit down, really had a heart to heart conversation and say, hey, do you really want this to work? Because we don't have to make it work just because of the kids, because that's not fair to you or me. I know we said that being in there for the sake of the children, but staying in a relationship for the sake of the children and you both are not seeing eye to eye is actually not safe for your kids. So having to sit down and just sort it out between both of us and say, you know what, do you really want this relationship? Do you even value it? Um, you know, then if you do, let's make it work. So I think we both had a heart to heart and we realized that, we're just fighting each other when we're actually supposed to be making things work. It was just disagreement about how things and this
Hi.
stuff was so silly. Hey, how are you?
Sorry about that. I've been busy. I just came back from the nail shop with the kids.
It's okay. Yeah, so I'm actually about to close, but Peterson is giving us more key ingredients in a lasting relationship. He said, be quick to identify the weakness of your partner and help to build that weakness up. I agree. I also think like sometimes people are not self-aware about their weaknesses. So if somebody else can point it out and they're willing to listen and hear them out and you're not pointing it out in a way that makes somebody feel disrespectful, absolutely. I think the best way is learning how, like I said earlier, learning your partner communicative way of accepting feedbacks. Like some people don't like feedbacks when you're like already when they're already angry. I don't think most people like that either. But when you're in the heat of the moment, and I think a lot of women we do this a lot. oh, you don't do this, you don't do that, you know that. When we are angry, that's when we voice it out. It's different when you're being intentional about something, which means you're willing to work it out with that individual. So pay attention to your partner. And this is why, I said on here when I used to date, if 6 months, I'm ghosting you. I'm sorry. 6 months probably too long. But I used to give people 6 months. But it depends on how you're communicating with, if you were not communicating with me in a way that I think we should be communicating and we sit down and talk about it and you agree, I'm ghosting you. So I think in that first few years is when you start to observe your partner and pull that flaws out. And of course, most individuals be like, me, no way, I'm not like that. But it's better for you to point it out and just, try to deliver those weakness in a very respectful, kind, and quiet way. So that way your end result is to actually make that person learn and change. So it's not you changing them, it's them understanding that, yeah, this is my weakness. And what type of work would it take for me to work on it? So if you're able to deliver that message in a calm and respectful way, I think the individual will definitely. So yeah, Peter said you're absolutely right. Identifying those weaknesses in your partner and help build that weakness up. If they're like for me, I didn't mind doing public speaking because I do it at my job anyways. But coming on this live show, you guys, I would say it took me a while to really accept it. And I think if my husband didn't also put his support system part of it and saying, "Hey, just look at it like you're talking to your team at work and just see it, those are some of those things, just giving someone an encouraging word. And then when someone feel like they belong and you got the bag and you're not working against them, but you're working together, I think it make the relationship last. Hey, Anna, do you have your input?
Yeah, I'm listening to everything you're saying. Everything here you guys are sharing is right. And I'm gonna read the question again so I can um
It said,
properly
what do you
answer.
believe are the key ingredients in the lasting relationships?
I'll say communicate effective communication is one.
Yeah.
Trust is
Yeah.
definitely another one. Respect, mutual respect between and then understanding each other's roles
Yeah.
and like Mr. Peterson said, making sure that you're you're not using your partner's weaknesses to bring them down. Rather, you understand your partner's weakness, you work on accepting them for who they are,
Yeah.
and probably helping them, empowering them to be better people, you know. Um, so I talked about trust, mutual respect, effective communication, happiness, peace. You want a relationship that has peace, right? When you are someone that is not a troublesome person, or you're not a person that nags. Women sometimes we come off like we're nagging, but we is because we care. So when you have a wife who cares, do not see it as a nagging spouse. Rather see the point the lady is trying to make. It will help you be a better person. Now, another key thing that I would say to a long-lasting relationship is support. You want to be able to be supportive of your spouse and whatever they're into. If you guys have kids together, you want to give them a helping hand with the kids. If the person has like something like a podcast, like Miss Fee has one, you have a spouse that would have probably make sure that the kids are not disturbing in the picture, or if the person has a job that requires them to travel, give them support by trusting that they're not going to do anything while they're out there. Give them a chance to show you how valuable you are. The last thing, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you clear.
Okay, and the last thing I would like to say is be appreciative and comment and compliment your partner, because sometimes in relationships we take
Oh shoot, she left. Come back, Anna. You guys, she was on a roll and I was enjoying it. Let's see. Yeah,
Sometimes in relationships, we take our partners for granted and we don't get to appreciate the little efforts that they do to help our lives better or easier. So I think that those are the key fundamental things that I would say will make a relationship last longer.
I absolutely agree. I'm glad you came on to add that on there. Yeah, went over like nine things that, could help. And you definitely hit it on the nail with that one. We just, you said something about making gender role clear, right? Oh no, she's gone. But, in our modern society, a lot of people, once you hear gender role, they're ready to like label it as something prejudice. Like when you say this person, but clearly in every relationship there is a role. There's a defined role of who does what and who doesn't do what. Even though you're working as a team, but there should always be a clear role of each individual, which makes things smooth, you know. Hello? Did I not add her?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know.
I'm
You went away.
I'm not sure. The baby keeps clicking the screen and it takes me out.
It's okay. She's like, no, don't disturb me. No, I was just saying, right? You said
Mhm.
something that I think is a very, very key and important thing. Having a defined gender role is something nowadays that when people hear it, they just feel like, oh my gosh, you must be a slave or prejudice. They are being prejudiced against you in your relationship. But it's like every relationship, there is a defined role. There is a man and a woman. I get it, you guys. There's a whole lot going on in the world. But for my own belief system, there is clearly a gender role. And it doesn't mean that someone is a slave towards someone. I think people just have that bad connotation towards it when people hear like there should be a defined gender role in our modern society. I don't know. I just think a lot of people don't like to hear it because they think about the bad side of it. But there are relationships that have defined gender role, and nobody is being abused or ill treated in a relationship. Again, is how you set your foundation. And your key foundation, like I said in the beginning, is about trust and honesty. If you don't have that and someone is playing wishy washy with you, you better start running. I will get my tennis shoes and run as far as I can go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, Anna, Real Pro Peterson, for hopping on real quick and making the show even last longer than I thought it would. But yeah, let us all just remember that in order for your relationship to last, it depends on both individual. So it's not one person who just breaks a relationship. I know it's always people always blame the other person and blame each other. But a relationship is a two-way street. It's not going to work depending on somebody who don't want to make it work or somebody else who want to make it work. You both have to be on the same page and understand what the amount of work it takes to keep that relationship lasting. Everybody wants a relationship that's been going on for 40 years or 30 years, 20 years, however amount of years, but don't understand that it takes work. And part of the work is these key ingredients, which you need to be honest about what it is you really want out of that relationship. If you're not honest and you don't trust yourself and that relationship and the person you're with, you should not even be in that relationship. You're just setting yourself up for failure. So everybody, and I always tell my team this as well. You know the amount of work you're putting in that you're going to get out. So I don't need to come and tell you something that is strange. You already know what you're doing and what is, you're giving the formula how it's supposed to look and what it's supposed to be like. So if I'm coming to check, you shouldn't be hesitant. You should already know what it is you're going to get because and I think it's the same with relationship. People are so surprised. Sometimes it is surprising because some things are hitting and you don't find out till later. But I truly do believe every human being get an instinct and ignored it instead of acting upon that instinct. Let's say my instinct told me something, your partner has a child somewhere or whatsoever, right? Instead of me investigating, trying to find out by asking that individual and try to get all the information possibly, unless that individual wants to deceive you, but ask the question that you need to ask and get to the bottom of it and get to know it. But if you can't do that, you can't really blame people because you did not do your homework to find out what's going on. So to keep a lasting relationship on this ending note is that it takes words and you need to truly understand what relationship is and what type of work that it demands. If you don't know the type of work and you're just getting into it because you know why, yeah, I'll be fine. No, you can't wink it, especially in our modern society in the 21st century. I don't think people can even wink a relationship to say, yeah, it's going to work. No, you have to literally put in work and you have to literally put in the time to be able to maintain whatever it is that you're working on. That being said, thank you for watching. Hey, Anna, you want to give your closing statement?
I think you've said it all. You
Yeah.
said it all. That was perfect.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Riverside Pro. Thank you, Lyra, for stopping by. I keep you guys in my thoughts and prayer. Hopefully, the hurricane doesn't destroy you guys over there. Oh man, it's crazy. Natural disaster, right? And then Peterson, thank you so much for coming on and sharing, adding those little few tips to it as well. And thank you, Anna, for stopping by as well. All right, you guys, that's
Thank
it.
you too, and thanks the viewers for continuing to
Yeah,
support the
thank
the
you guys.
podcast. And I pray that you guys learn one or two things. Thank you.
Yeah, I learned a lot too myself. Reading on this topic is a lot to learn. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Even if you didn't catch the show while it was live, please don't forget you can still share it. And hopefully somebody can learn a thing or two, or somebody can add a thing or two to the comment section, and then we can all learn.
Call me after the show.
All right. All
Bye
right. Thank you
bye.
guys. You have a good one. Bye. Happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday with your family, as I am going to as well. You might see me live tomorrow morning. Okay? Bye. My people demo.